Welcome to Operation Thunderclap. This will be turn one for the Germans and the Nationalist Spanish. We're playing, myself, I'll be playing as all of the Axis powers. I'll be playing as Germany, Italy, and Japan, along with the Spanish, of course. Bruce will be heading up the common turn with the Russians and CCP. And Panzer J will be playing as the Allies. So without further ado, let's get started for Operation Thunderclap, turn one. So it's now July of 1936. Germany has 3 tech dice to roll for. We're going to go for some easy ones, so as easy as they get. We're going to go for advanced mechs on a 7, factories at a 7, and radar at a 7. So let's see how we fare there. So we need some dice. There we go. So blue, a green, and a black. I need light blue. All right, here we go. And to get things started, so we get a light blue 7, which is radar, and we get a black 9, and they're our 2. So factories will go to stage 1, and radar to stage 1. All right, Germany has 20 IPP in the bank. They're going to be spending all of it. So with that, they're going to lend lease the Spanish a fighter for 10. We're going to send the Condor Legion over, so we're going to send a fighter during the place units phase. That'll be coming out of West Germany, so that's another 5. Airborne for 3, and we've got just a militia upgrade, and then we've got a free submarine, which is in our place units phase. That's all there is. Okay, so let's get into it. So for Germany, we're just going to be doing the usual. So we're going to be annexing. So from Bavaria, we're just simply going to take 1 infantry out and march into Austria, and that'll put us up to, so it'll put the Germans up to 2 to 22, and the French go to 7, and the Brits will go to 12. That's the only combat for the Germans. All right, let's get to combat for the Spanish. So we're going to take 1 fighter with a movement of 5. Is going to come out of Galicia and Leon and go into Basque Country, along with 1 cav, 1 infantry, and 1 artillery. That's the only combat that we're going to do. The rest will be non-combat. So let's roll that out. So defending there is just the sole Republican, and there's a cavalry. And so there's a cavalry and a infantry in defense. All right, so let's roll that out. So we've got a first strike. So let's start that. So the artillery at a 2. A 6 is no good. Then we've got boosted infantry up to, we've got a boosted infantry at a 2. That's a 5, that's no good. We've got a cav at a 2. Should just roll those together. And 9 is no good, not a good start. And we've got a fighter at 6. And gets 1 hit. So they'll lose the cav. So in response, cav at 2. Misses, infantry at a 4. Misses. So just down to 1 infantry now for that next round of combat. So we've got the boosted. So we've got 3 2s because we've got the cav at a 2, the artillery at a 2, and the infantry, which is boosted at a 2. So we get 1 hit there. And then we've got, that's all we need. And then in response, I'll roll the fighter anyway. What the heck? Yeah, it's another hit. And then in response, he's got his infantry at a 4. So that's a 6. So no casualties there. Good start for the Republicans. So we take Basque Country with 1 infantry, 1 cav, and 1 artillery. And let's get into some non-combat. So non-combat, the fighter will fire back to Glacier and Leon. Yep. From there, we've got a transport which will collect from Spanish Morocco 1 infantry and 1 artillery. They're going to use the naval base here. 1, well, actually, we're just going to come up 1 with that heavy cruiser going port and dump the infantry and artillery in Glacier Leon. Pretty standard, bog standard move. That's that taken care of, and they're going to go in port. Let's just get an import marker. So they just import, they're in Glacier and Leon. All right, what other non-combats do we want to do? All right, so for Germany, for their non-combats, we're going to take the submarine out of A11 coming out of a submarine base. 1 into 23, 2 into 22, 4 into 20, 1, 2, 3, 3 into 21, 4 into 28. And we're just going to hang out there. And I think there's much need to do too much else at this point. Yeah, that'll be it. All right, so let's get to place units and collect income. But before we do that, let's do our recruitment roll for the Spanish. So the Spanish are now sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 territories. So 5 or less for their recruitment. 7's no good. All right, let's get to place units. So the Condor Legion, let's deal with that first. It's going to be a fighter out of West Germany. So it has a movement of 5 because it's +1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It can easily get to Glacier Leon, which is where we want it to go. So we're just going to swap out that. So that's in there now. So now there's 2 fighters there. We're going to deliver our Lend-Lease. So it'll be built in West Germany. Coming out of there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, landing in Glacier Leon. So there's another fighter there. And that just leaves us with our airborne and our upgraded infantry. So the airborne will go into Bavaria, and the upgraded infantry will simply go into East Germany, and we'll just take away that militia. All right, income. Oh, got to place our submarine. So our submarine will be placed into A11. Probably no real need to do a disposition at this point. I'll just do one very quickly for Spain, just to make sure we're all on the same page there. Income, Germany's on 22 now. They spend it all, save nothing, so 22 for next turn. Quick disposition in Spain, just for everyone. So we've got in port, in Glacier Leon, heavy cruiser transport. In Glacier Leon, we have 3 fighters, 1 infantry, 1 artillery. In Basque Country, there is 1 cavalry, 1 infantry, 1 artillery. In Western Andalusia, 1 infantry. And I think that's it. The rest is all Republican stuff. All right, I'll turn it over now to Bruce for the Comintern. Thanks for watching.